Okay, hello. So first recording for a while. So uh, what the idea is, this is going to be a short one. Basically, I'm using Kitbash shaders, and the ground has been done with Houdini, and then using Kitbash trees and also speed trees for creating the environment. Obviously, it's not finished, and you can see with this, the shader up close is lovely, but um, at this sort of scale you can definitely see the pattern. So the idea is, what I wanted to do was figure out a way to make it so I didn't see the shader repeat so much, and the solution I came up with after a little bit of research is using a triplaner. And so basically this is the setup. If I go into my node editor, bring it over, so there's three. Let's make it a bit smaller. And where's my outliner? So currently what I did was I created a little rig control, just obviously, so the rest of the asset is made up of majority, mainly being USD assets that I've created. So you can see some of them come up here. So you can see inside here there's quite a few trees so far, and they are basically these trees here that I'm using at the moment. And then also, but I haven't done a screen grab, there's a eucalyptus tree as well. But the repetition of the pattern was quite obvious. So what I've done is I created a control and created some extra attributes on the control, just called ground material cell blend. I might need to add a few more of the triplaner, and the reason I did it on a control was so I didn't have to go into the individual triplaners and type in the values. Just simple as that. I was just didn't want to have to do it like that. So what I've done is I've made it onto a control, and so if I start this up, and we can zoom in a little. So another thing I also did was on the actual place texture, I put that back to the default, which was 1 and 1, because it seemed, so when I first did it, I had this set to repeat UV of 100 because I wanted 100, I wanted it to repeat like that. And when I started editing the triplaner, it didn't work, and I was like, why? And it was because it was set to 100, and then this being set to 1 multiplied it loads. So if I put this to that, you can see that the texture is coming out much bigger, but that's too big. So, and so now if I rotate middle mouse, don't want to rotate as much, and just put 0.1. No, let's put, I think I came to 0.42 became quite a nice. So if I get to a similar angle, so if you can see, all I've done here on the, so this is Kitbash shader, and all I've done is that at the moment, so I've put the scale, the attribute I added into the scale on the triplaner, and wait, yeah, sorry. So what is this one? This one is the base color. So base color to the input. So gonna let me, there we go. Base color, out color to input, scale, connection, and the cell blend, and the cell rotate there, and then just the out color to the base color. And the same I did with the normal and the roughness, because they were the only items that were connected up. So let's make this a bit tidier, so you can see just that. I don't need all of that visible, and that's just a I had another shader I wanted to use as a test. So let's just tidy this up so you can see it a bit clearer. So yeah, that was the solution I came to. So making it less repetitive and break it up more. Now I just need to add some more trees into the scene, because as you can see, this looks a bit sparse till the end where it starts getting a bit more. Let's stop the render in Maya. So yeah, and I've also changed the color of the water because that was quite dark. But so the shader is much too repetitive, and hopefully now what that'll do is it'll break it up a little bit and make it less. Let's zoom out and see what happens there. At this distance it's quite not noticeable, so I might have to well, it looks better. It doesn't repeat so much, but the actual shader itself needs work now, because it just needs a little bit more work done to it. But anyway, thank you.